Breakfast was George's favorite meal of the day, along with lunch and dinner.
George, could you pass the pepper, please?
Uh-oh. Pepper always made George sneeze.
Are you all right? That's some mess you made. I'll go get the sponge. Ooh, except I'm late for a meeting. I have to go. Can you clean up, George? Thanks. And make sure to vacuum up all the crumbs. I saw an ant in here a few days ago. No, George, that's a bad thing. Yes. Once ants discover food in an apartment, you can never get rid of them. Never. Bye, George. Have a nice day.
George had made quite a mess, even for a monkey. Look at that, a new game, Grape Ball. Before long, George had invented a lot of new games. Grape Ball, Apple Ball, Pear Ball, and now, Toast Ball. That was close. George almost stepped on an ant. Wait, an ant? The man with the yellow hat was right. There was an ant in the apartment. There were 2 ants in the apartment. Actually, there were a lot of ants in the apartment. George had to stop the ants from finding the food. George discovered that ants are good at walking over things. Ants are good at walking around things, too. George would need something bigger to block all these ants. Meanwhile, Hundley was outside checking the hallway, making sure it looked nice and tidy. An ant? That's not tidy. George was up to something. Hundley decided he'd better check. Just as Hundley suspected, George was having an ant party. George wanted Hundley to help him keep the ants away from the food. Too late. Now George would never get rid of them. Never. Was that where the ants were coming from? If George could carefully block the crack, the problem was solved. George was a genius. Except now he'd have to stay here forever. George had done it. No more ants. Where were these coming from?
ジョージは田舎の朝、特に日曜の朝が大好きです。だって朝ごはんは必ずパンケーキ。
ほらブクブク言い出したろ。それがひっくり返す合図だ。上出来。おい、大切に使えよ。気になるほどじゃないけど、いや、言ってみれば木になる。ほんとだ、シロップは木から取れる。
これが木になってるわけ？それじゃ取り放題じゃない。
と言っても木の上じゃなく木の中にあるんだ。取るときはコンコンする。あ、なくなった。でもシロップなしでもうまい。私が出る。お前は冷めないうちに食べなさい。
待てよ、うちのシロップは空っぽだけど木にはまだまだある。コンコンしてもらってこよう。
してるの？え？じゃあそこがドアなの？本当に？おお、中に妖精さんが住んでるのね。
あれが正しいやり方？叩き方が弱かったのか。
よ
これお借りします。
ジョージ、何してるんだ？ああ、メープルシロップが欲しいのか？違う、木に打ち込むんだ。強く。そうじゃない。木をコンコン叩くんじゃなくて、これを叩いて木に打ち込むんだ。いいか？それを打ち込んだらバケツをかけて木から出る液を集める。おお、そうだ。バケツがもう一つあるから、ジョージもシロップを作ってみるか？
うわー、すごいねジョージ。シロップがいっぱい溜まったらパンケーキいくつ食べられるかな？
わからない。多分天井に届くほどたくさん。
よくやった。
やってみるか？よし、来た。シロップ作りはそう難しくない。まず最初にカエデの木を見つける。カエデは幹の色が灰色で、表面にほらこういう深い溝がついているんだ。葉っぱの先は5つに分かれてる。見てごらん。
このラベルもこの絵と同じ葉っぱを探せばいいんだよ。
いや、次に下向きに小さな穴を開ける。こうすると液が出やすい。で、差し口を打ち込む。心配ないよ。カエデが傷つくことはないんだ。この季節木はぐっすり眠ってる。だから心配いらない。春になって目を覚まして葉っぱを出すまではな。よし、いいな。ああ、ちょっと待った。こいつも必要だろう。まだ納屋に同じものがある。おじいちゃんも何か手伝おうか？しっかりな。
ありがとう。イエーイ。
The man with the yellow hat loved jazz.
Oh, listen to that poppin' beat.
George liked popping beats too.
Popcorn. Oh, good idea.
Ow, 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 ow. I'm
continuing with our Bonnie Smooth Marathon.
I love Bonnie Smooth.
And for all you Bonnie Smooth lovers out there, now's your chance to win 2 free tickets to Bonnie's concert tonight.
Huh?
Just be the first caller to tell me, what is Bonnie's favorite snack?
Oh, you make the popcorn, I'll make the call.
There's nothing a monkey likes better than pushing buttons.
Oh. You have to push the buttons in the right order, remember? Oh, push the timer. It's the button with the clock on it. Then push 200 for 2 minutes. Got it! Then push the green triangle to start.
Hello, caller. So, what's Bonnie Smooth's favorite snack?
Raisins!
Come on down and get your front row tickets.
Oh, this is great!
I'm Howlin' Hal, continuing with our Bonnie Smooth Marathon.
Hi there. Who are you?
That's George. We're here for the free tickets.
Hey. First time in a radio station? Come on in. I'll show you how it works. That's the instructions for running a radio show, but you don't need it, 'cause I'm gonna show you. See these? These headphones let you hear how you sound and how the music sounds. That's the mic I talk through, but it isn't on. I have to hit this button. I play CDs just like you do at home. Now I'm putting in the next song to play, so there won't be any silence between songs. The worst thing on the radio is dead air. That's when there's no music or talk, just nothing going out. Hey, how are you at Howlin'? Okay, step right up. 3, 2, 1. And here's Bonnie with her beautiful instrumental song, Sassafras Serenade. Hey, know what's happening later? Bonnie Smooth is calling in at 2 o'clock to play a new song on my show.
Wow, that's exciting.
Want to help me with the interview? Fantastic. Oh, your tickets.
George, you coming?
Okay, you can stay here and practice your howl.
Be a good little monkey.
Helping Hal would be fun. The CD player looked like the one at home. But everything else was totally new. Howlin' Hal said these were the instructions for running the show. There are lots of wonderful things to see in the desert. The man with the yellow hat and George were on a fossil-finding vacation there.
Here we are, George. The Quince home away from home. I'll tell the Quince we're here.
That lizard had the fastest tongue George had ever seen. It seemed like everything moved fast in the desert. Including rabbits. Luckily, monkeys are pretty speedy too.
Okay, George, ready to look for fossils? George?
Now, where could he have gone?
Hi there. I'm John Altaharne. You must be George. The Quints said their monkey friend George was coming to visit, and you're the only monkey I've seen today. Ah, what a wonderful interruption. In fact, my name, Altaharne, is Navajo for he interrupts. I'm a Hatari, a medicine man. One thing I do is make paint.
John's paint looked a lot like rocks.
You see? Instead of painting with paint, I paint with sand.
Oh,
I grind different colored rocks into sand.
Ooh,
The canyon has all the paint supplies I need.
Ooh.
Whatever colors I can't find there, I make with food. And then to paint, I take the sand and let it slip through my hands like this. And there you are, a George in sand.
George?
I think someone is looking for you. Should we go get him?
The man had to see this. John's painting used to be there. Now it was there, and there, and there.
George! John's going to go hunt fossils with us. Do you want to come? Or play with your rabbit friend? Okay, we're that way at the river if you need anything. Bye, George.
He needed to fix the painting before they came back. Luckily, he had a lot of paint supplies. But paint was very hard to make. Maybe John had some already ground up in those buckets. But it was all sand-colored sand. And then George remembered.
Whatever colors I can't find, I can make with food.
Oh, there you are. Would you like a snack?
Now George had lots of colors to choose from.
Pretty City Committee Pod number 7, come to order.
George was honored when Steve asked him to be part of his pod.
As you know, the mayor has declared today City Prettification Day.
That's right, Steve.
Pods will be fanning out all over the city to pick up litter and, well, make the city pretty.
Right again, Steve. Later this afternoon, I will pick a winner. Pods will be judged according to the prettiness of their streets, the amount of trash they collect, and their can-do spirit.
Steve asked me to mention that the winning pod will get their picture on this pretty city poster.
Can't you just see my face? I mean, our pod plastered all over the city?
Silly. Good luck, Pod 7. I'll see you at 3 o'clock sharp for the judging. I expect great prettification.
Okay, everyone. You know your assignments?
Let's go.
I wrote it down in my litter log.
And does everyone have an official Pretty City Committee trash bag?
Yeah.
Excellent. Then let's go make our city pretty!
7, 7, that's our pod. We're gonna do a super job.
George's assignment was to clean up his own street. But George's street was already pretty.
Hey! You're welcome to take whatever you want. Just put what you don't want back in the boxes, okay?
Well, at least George now had a job to do. Wait a minute. Why would anybody throw out a pirate ship? Even if it was a little broken. George really wanted to keep it. George decided to use one of his bags for trash and the other for treasure. This heart-shaped box was definitely treasure. He could use it to store pictures. Keys. They might unlock something really interesting. George found more things to add to his treasures. And what was that? George didn't know, but it was shiny and it made a nice click. George also kept the square pig and the red bottle, which was the same color as the heart box. And of course, he couldn't throw out this painted whatever it was. Or the round glasses. Or the yellow daffodil. George's sack of treasures filled up fast. He needed to empty it. Every monkey needs a blue watch. And a couple of yellow ducks. Maybe that's what George should do. Carry all the ants outside. Oh, 1 gajillion of them? That wouldn't work. George showed Hundley his discovery. Ants follow food. Maybe they'd follow it right out the door. So that was the solution. Put the food outside, and the ants would leave. And of course, they come back with their food. George had another idea. Maybe he could get the ants inside the trash can by filling it with food. The ant trap was ready. It was working. The ants crawled into the can as fast as their legs would carry them. George had to get the ants out of the apartment fast before they escaped. The ants were outside. Problem solved. Except, now they had a new problem. Where would they put them? They couldn't put the ants on the sidewalk. They'd get squished. And they'd get even more squished on the street. The park. The ants would love it there. Hundley was a small dog, but he made a very big noise.
What's going on there? Hey!
George and Hundley set the ants free in a nice empty area of the park where no one would step on them. George said goodbye to each and every ant. This could take a while. It had been quite a morning, but the ants were gone and everything was okay.
George, I can't believe this apartment.
George had forgotten to clean up his mess.
Good job, George. Not only did you clean the apartment, you also took out the trash.
He did? Oh yeah, he did.
Of course, you also shoved napkins and handkerchiefs into the wall and covered it with bandages. But I'm not even gonna ask. You just sit down and take it easy. I'll go make us some lunch.
George could finally relax. The apartment was clean, and he'd never have to worry about ants again.
Hey, George?
It took a while, but George's bucket was finally full.
Whoops, wait! I'll help you. We need a bucket lifting machine or an elevator.
Or a cow. George figured with Leslie's help, he could lift the bucket off the tap. It wasn't a whole bucket of syrup, but it would still cover a lot of pancakes.
Forgot to turn the tree off. Come on!
Okay. Pancakes? For me?
Yep, and syrup. And we made it. Well, the tree made it, but we tapped the tree all by ourselves.
Wow. Very moist.
That doesn't taste like syrup at all. Grandpa's trees must be broken.
No. The trees aren't broken, George. Maple syrup trees give sap, not syrup.
Sap?
Sap becomes syrup after it's boiled down. Luckily, you've come to the right place. We boil it right here at the sugar shack.
Oh, yeah!
Now, this will take a while, and if we leave it too long, it can boil over, burn, and be ruined. So we have to keep an eye on it.
Watching sap boil was a lot like watching sap drip. It took forever.
Aha! Looks like it's ready. What do you say to that?
Oh, yeah!
Leslie, how did you get out?
Whoops! I think she wants syrup. Cows like syrup a lot. George, the syrup! It's going to boil over.
No matter how hard he blew, George couldn't cool the syrup down.
Leslie!
Maybe if they fanned it.
I thought you didn't know anything about making syrup. Well, you knew butter stops syrup from boiling over. Well, here you are, your own bottle of syrup. It takes a whole lot of sap to make a little bit of syrup.
Thanks, George. Best syrup ever.
Luckily, a little bit of syrup has a whole lot of taste.
Oh, if only we could get the next CD going. That would give us time to find the key. Or Earl.
Well, maybe George can do it.
Oh, he has to push the play button.
A button? Well, George is great at pushing buttons. Which one is it?
The one with the triangle.
Okay.
But the booth is soundproof, so how are we gonna tell him?
Oh, a triangle. Huh?
What were they doing? Didn't they know there was no time for games? George knew all the Bonnie Smooth songs, and this one was about to end.
The worst thing on radio is dead air.
Oh, he's not getting it. Hey, I can draw a picture.
Why were they coloring? The song was about to end. How could he play more music? The CD was in the player. All George had to do was hit play. But which button was it? Hey, a triangle. Maybe it was the triangle button.
Good job! He did it! Bonnie's calling soon, and Earl's still not back! We've got to find that key!
Oh, boy.
This was no time for playing around. Wasn't Bonnie Smooth calling it too? Something had to be done. Answering the phone and playing a CD were easy, but he didn't know how to work the mic and those sliding things. He had the book. Here we go. First the mic, then the slider, then the phone. This looked like a phone interview.
Oh, does he not realize Bonnie Smooth is calling in 5 minutes?
Maybe George can hook up the call. He can make popcorn and program the VCR.
There's a lot of steps.
We could draw another picture. It worked last time.
I think it's too much to show in a picture. I know. We'll make a model.
Done. It looks, terrible.
Close enough. The phone! We forgot the phone!
Hal and Hal?
The call wasn't coming through the phone this time. What had he forgotten?
Hal? Hal and Hal? Oh, I thought I'd missed you. How are you?
He did it! Yes!
My boss always said a monkey could do my job.
Thanks for letting me come on with my new song. I wrote it special for you, you know, and it goes like this. Something good is coming, don't know where or when. I feel my heart a-drumming. How long has it been?
I'm back. Did I miss anything? Hey, there's a monkey in the booth.
Not now. He's in the middle of an interview.
George was very proud of himself. He had run an entire radio station. Maybe someday, he could even learn how to tie his shoes.
Oh, dancing down the sidewalk, swinging on a breeze.
Now that George had brown paint, he was ready to make the rest of his colors. Except the bunny had its own idea for the fresh fruit.
Oh, there you are, George. You took off so fast, I didn't get to ask what you'd like to drink. I have cranberry juice, carrot juice, grape juice, blueberry juice, wheatgrass juice.
George took one of each, because an artist never knows when a rabbit might eat his art supplies.
That is one healthy monkey.
The juice worked great. No mashing necessary. George had his paint, and his new friends had lunch. Only his sand didn't slip. It stuck. Maybe it needed to dry. Watching paint dry was about as much fun as, well, watching paint dry. George thought of a way to speed up the process.
He wants a hairdryer in the desert?
But instead of drying, his paint went flying. So George found a way to keep his paint in place. Plus, the bottles made painting a snap. George's friends had developed a real taste for art. So George found a way to keep his painting safe from bunnies. But not Breeze's. It almost made him miss the sticky stuff.
Do you need a napkin? Fork? Radio? Of course. Glue. Why didn't I think of that? A monkey with glue?
He had his paint, he had his canvas, and he had an audience. He glued. He painted. He could do them at the same time. And if you put on too much sand, no problem. Only the sand on the glue stuck. He couldn't wait for the man and John to see it. Why wait? His sand painting was portable.
Wow. Is that a sand painting?
You are some artist.
For me? Thank you, but why? That's okay. Sand paintings are supposed to get messed up. That's how the medicine is released. Oh no, you don't have to mess up this one. Some sand paintings are medicine, others are art.
Well, I guess giving glue to a monkey was a good thing after all.
Yeah? I say, George, think maybe you could make one for us next?
He sure could, but he'd need a new canvas.
One gum wrapper? That's your trash? And this is... stuff you want to keep. I see.
Did you find George? Wow-wee! Look at all this trash. This'll earn us another 50 points at least.
Are you saying this is your collection? George, a collection isn't just random stuff you find on the street. A collection has to relate in some way, like a stamp collection or a coin collection or my commemorative pig collection. Okay, you can keep some of this stuff. But not all of it. Find some things that go together and make that your collection. Then put everything else in a bag and bring it downstairs, okay? Thanks.
Finding things that went together wasn't going to be easy. The pirate ship floated on water and was made of wood. The duck floated on water, but it wasn't made of wood. And the heart-shaped box wouldn't float very well at all. What about a collection of round things? He had a lot of those. But wait, that meant he'd have to throw out the ship. Well, since the boat was made of wood, George decided to have a wood collection. But then he'd have to give up his watch. There were blue things and things that were half blue, half green. At last, George knew just what to do.
Okay, it looks like we've weighed all the bags.
Where's George? We can't win without his trash.
This bag is empty.
George, is that the only thing that didn't fit into your collection? Oh, there may be more trash upstairs, but I think we have to go see.
Well, this is highly unorthodox, but okay.
Now, I have to warn you, the apartment may look a little messy, so...
Well, I'll be.
That is beautiful, George.
Beautiful? Oh, it's a work of art.
A color collection. Way to go, George.
And what better way to capture the can-do spirit of Pretty City Day than to turn trash into something, well, pretty? With your permission, I'd like to hang this in the City Art Museum. In fact, I think that would ensure that Pod 7, led by Steve, will be on the Pretty City poster. I hereby declare that Pod 7, led by Steve, is the winner of the City Prettification Contest.
Isn't it great, George? Our picture on a poster, thanks to your work of art. Hey, that looks like a number 2 carbon pencil stub. Nice yellow.
This was a good beginning of a whole new collection. Italian chefs have a word for perfectly cooked spaghetti: al dente, which means not too hard and not too soft. Tonight, Chef Pischetti's pasta was not al dente. It was glop.
Did I hear her? Did she come back?
I think something's bothering Chef Pischetti.
It's gnocchi. I cannot concentrate on my cooking because my beloved piccolo gatto has abandoned me. Natty! The accordion!
Here we go again.
Oh, no more happy times watching her play hat o pesto.
Now gnocchi only stays for breakfast.
And then, poof! We don't see her till bedtime. Why? What did I do? Oh, she used to play in the alley all the day. Oh, look. Here she is on an old canvas drop cloth that someone threw out. The way she clawed at it. I think she was afraid of it. Oh, and the old cardboard boxes. Those were always getting in her way. Oh, those old carpets! She liked them, but they always made her fur so dirty. And there she is waiting by the old wooden door. Oh, she scratched and scratched and scratched it, wanting to go in and out, so I got her a new one. With a cat door. She can't mess this one up. It's metal. And I cleaned the garbage out of the alley to make it neat for her. But the next day, she's a vamoose. Gnocchi! You see, too tired to play with the papa anymore. Bean burrito. Is this from a menu?
Oh, you think Gnocchi likes burritos better than bolognese?
Gnocchi would never do that. Or would she? No. Well, maybe. No. Ah, I cannot take it anymore. I must know where she's eating these burritos.
Why not follow her?
Me? Follow a gnocchi? Oh, the scampering, the leaping. Oh.
The chef was right. You had to be a cat to follow a cat. Or a monkey.
Giorgio, you will follow my gnocchi?
If Gnocchi was eating burritos, George would find out. But early the next morning, instead of going to a burrito place, Gnocchi went to a boat. But why would Gnocchi go to a boat? George was determined to find out. Maybe there were burritos in those bags. George would show the chef. George loved to travel. But this time was even better because he was traveling with his friend Marco.
Here we are.
Hey, George. Buenos dias, Marco.
Hola, Professor Wiseman.
All ready for a weekend in the sun?
Yeah.
Okay, all set. Since you paddled out, I'll paddle back. Where are the paddles?
Don't need them. We're walking.
Huh?
The raft is for the boys and the luggage.
Huh? But how can they touch bottom?
It's low tide. Plus, we're standing on a sandbar.
It's a big pile of sand, only underwater.
The tide brought it in.
You remember the tide, George? The moon pulls on the ocean and makes the water come in and go out.
Wait until you see the tidal pool. The tide makes those too.
Sounds fun.
George and Marco were amazed by the tidal pools.
What do you guys think?
Ooh, look at all this.
It had fish, starfish, and anemones. And clams.
Hey, if you dig deep enough, maybe you'll find buried treasure.
Buried treasure?
Rumor has it the early explorers buried some around here somewhere, but no one's ever found it.
Hey, I bet we could find it.
Ooh.
But finding buried treasure was harder than they thought.
The problem with looking for buried treasure on the beach is there's too much beach. You know what we should do? We should make our own buried treasure.
Luckily, monkeys always have lots of treasure with them.
Wow, that will make great treasure. We can use the box my mommy put the toothpaste and stuff in. But I haven't put in any treasure. I know. I can put in this. My silver wolf. My uncle made it in honor of our band, Lobos de Plata. It's my favorite thing ever. Now, we need a way to remember where it's buried. Good idea. We could measure from the pier. The treasure is 5 giant George steps away from the post with the rope on it.